Hello, everyone, and welcome to another walkthrough tutorial video. I hope all of you are doing great. Now, in my most recent videos, we have spoken about the uses, the benefits, and the implementation of generative engine optimization, and also informed you what is the difference between SEO, search engine optimization, and generative engine optimization, GEO. There is basically no difference. These come from the same category. However, SEO is laying the foundation for your website, and GEO is basically an expansion layer on top of SEO to make sure your content is visible to the AI search engines. Now, in today's video, we are going to discuss some technical tips from Google on how to optimize for generative AI search features. Now, there are a few points which I'm going to lay out, so hopefully you'll find them helpful. Now, the very first thing is we have to prioritize the basic indexability or the crawlability of the website. I've seen this across so many clients of ours. They come with a website or they build a website and then they forget to make it indexable for the bots who can actually crawl into the website, get the content, and feed it to the audience on the Google search platform. So the very first thing or the most important thing after you've set your website live is to make sure that the bots are able to crawl and index your website pages so that they can get all the information out of those pages. That is critical. Another good way of doing this is to create an account on Google Search Console and make sure you submit your website's sitemap onto the Google Search Console platform. You basically validate or verify your domain name on Google Search Console and then submit a sitemap. And then Google Search Console is a very handy tool in terms of page indexing, because if there are any issues for some reason, Google is not able to index the pages of your website or a few pages of your website, it will tell you the exact error. And from there, you can fix it and make sure your website is visible to the Google search engines or the search bots. Now, the second important point there is to publish the non-commodity content. What that means is that we have to prioritize content on our website or website pages, which is basically unique. So what I mean by that is if you are using AI to generate content for your website and you're basically copy pasting that content onto your website, you're recycling content. That content must have been used by hundreds and thousands of other users out there. So what makes your content unique? You need to provide that unique point within the content, be precise about it, and make sure that it stands out. We're not recycling common knowledge, which basically any AI can generate by itself. So that unique selling point and that uniqueness of the content needs to exist within your website. Otherwise, that content is just recycled. People have used it across all the search engines or all their website pages. So the search engine might think it's just one of the other websites. It's the same content or duplicate content for that sake. So we do not like this and probably might not show up in the generative AI search results. The other important thing, which a lot of people do not focus on, is you have to build your website keeping the human readers in mind. What do I mean by that? So when you build a page on your website, just make sure that all the details for human readers are set up correctly. The formatting of the page is set up correctly. So you have the headlines at the top, make sure the tagging of the headline is correct, H1, H2, H3. Then making sure your paragraphs or bullet points are precise and to the point. And then any imagery you use, try not to use the AI images. Even if you are using stock images, please use high quality images, which are unique. So unique to your brand. In order to do that, obviously, best to use the images of your own brand, lifestyle images of your brand, etc. And even if you are using any videographic content, make sure it's high quality. Yes, there are some other things which you need to keep in mind. Obviously, optimize the images, optimize the videos so they are less in size the page loads up quickly, which improves the quality score of the page, but at the same time, they look good, they feel good. So the look and feel of the page for the human readers is equally important because AI reads the page in the same format. Now, another important thing is basically maintaining the strong health of your page. What does that mean? Basically applying the best practice SEO on your website pages. By that, I mean using semantic HTML practices on your website. So for example, just putting everything under a div or a paragraph, the search engines or the AI search bots do not like that information. They cannot interpret much out of those divisions or paragraph contents there, or HTML tags should we call them. So it's best to have the semantic tags. If it's information about an article, put the article tags in there. Define the header of your page, define the footer of your page, and define the body of your page. So each and everything is in a defined manner. AI search engines look for the content within specific headers, footer, and the body content of your pages, and then pass it on to the users in the AI search results. So it's basically having structured content on your website. Another critical thing here is when you're publishing content within your header, footer, or the body, please try and avoid having duplicate content on the pages of your website. If a particular page has X content, please do not have the same X content on another page of your website. Try to differentiate it. The uniqueness of the content matters here. These are some of the best practice SEO things which you need to implement on different pages of your website. Now, for the e-commerce clients and people who are selling products online, two things are very important. If you have a Google Merchant Center account, which is basically used to advertise products through the Google Ads account, as well as show free listings of your products organically to the users on the Google search engine, please keep that up to date. If the Google Merchant Center account is synced with the backend of your website, make sure that all the products coming into the Google Merchant Center account have the correct information. Pricing, any sale price, description, images, titles, all of those things, they are up to date. The second most important thing is keeping your Google business profile up to date. So whenever a user makes a search for your business, that map listing comes up on the right-hand side or the left-hand side of the Google search engine. That's your Google business profile. Please keep the information on your Google business profile and Google Merchant Center up to date, and make sure that if you want to show any products on your Google business profile, you link it with your Google Merchant Center. So these are the two main sources of information where AI touches base the very first time, or most of the time. If it needs details about a business, it will go to your Google business profile. If it needs details about the products that business is selling, it will probably reflect its direction into the Google Merchant Center. Now, these are some of the important points which you need to keep in mind while optimizing your website for Google's generative search features. So, or should I say generative AI search features? Some very basic ones, but very important one. Another thing which came in front in one of Google's technical documents is to avoid getting involved in all those AI hacks which people have been discussing all over. For example, have a separate AI or LLM text file in the backend of your website, or basically chunking the content of your website in accordance with the AI demands. For example, there's a paragraph, you start breaking it down into various bullet points or paragraphs. Please don't do that. You don't need to do that. AI can read all the information as is. The basics, as we have discussed in this video, should be followed, and your website will come up in the AI search results. I hope this video was helpful for all of you. If you are looking to optimize your brand's website for better generative search engine optimization, especially for Google, please do get in touch with Wonks. We'd love to help you with that because we have got the right experts for this job. I hope you liked the video. If you did, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. Any feedback can be given in the comment section. I will see you all next time. Till then, goodbye.